And it's Marissa JN with Coffee Talk. I'm just gonna do here a Jamberry pedicure that I think will look pretty awesome. Um, it's actually the Copenhagen. I have it here on my fingernails. I have Copenhagen with Lakeside. Just did it tonight, so I'm gonna have toes that match my nails. Very exciting. So what I'm going to talk about is nail prep for your toes is pretty much the same as when you are prepping to put wraps on your fingernails. So I use this little guy here who is a metal cuticle pusher, and I've just gone around and done all of my toes. So I've kind of already done a little bit. You might be able to see the white right here, and that's called your invisible cuticle. You just kind of want to scrape that away, make sure that it's gone, because again, if the wrap touches that, then it has a hard time sticking and it will probably pop off. Now, this is only my second time doing a pedicure, so I am also a bit of a newbie at this. But when I did my first one, I found that it lasts for 45 days, which is amazing. So I remember that I used the Jamberry Nail Prep wipe, which I love because it did both of my toes, both my feet, and I really liked the result. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm not going to file because what I like to do for toes is I actually like to clip the nails, and that's why my toenails are a little bit long. I don't typically like to have long toenails. I think it's kind of gross, but whatever. So I'm just going to go and wipe my toes with the nail prep wipe that Jamberry makes because it's pretty amazing, like all their products. So I'm going to do this from start to finish pretty much because I think the pedicure intimidates a lot of folks, and it really shouldn't. It can be a little bit fussy, I will admit, but the end result is pretty awesome. So when you get a wrap, I'm just going to show you the Lakeside one. So when you get a wrap, these last two big ones here are for pedicures, and then the rest are for your fingernails. So this is the Copenhagen, which I absolutely love. The minute I saw it in the catalog, I was just like, oh, I'm in love. So this is how it works. This big one here, you're actually going to cut down the middle. So the biggest, you're going to cut down the middle, and then you're going to cut. And then this one here is actually for your toe, your big toe. See how that really fits really nicely there? I hope you all can see this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just separate it from the other big one, just so that way you can see. I'm also going to get my heater going. So I'm going to take this, and I'm literally just going to cut it in half. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to cut it in half. I'll be honest, I'm pretty touchy when it comes to the pedicure. Sometimes I use my tweezers, sometimes I don't. Just because I like to get a really good fit, and I'm not super coordinated with the tweezers sometimes. I'm sure some of you who are watching can appreciate that. But like I said before in my previous videos, pretty much as soon it's when you add the heat, that's when it really, that's when it really, really, really adheres to your nails. So again, I'm going to use the cold application method, and I'm just going to take a look. See at the side here? I don't know if you can see that, but it's touching a little, oh, no, I think we are. Oh, I think we are good. We are good. Yay! So same thing. I'm going to add heat. Here's my heater. Love my heater. And I'm just going to count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I found the Copenhagen's need about 10 seconds of heat. And then I'm going to rub really good. Again, we're going to pull to make sure we don't get any wrinkles. And we're going to add a lot of pressure and just rub, 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 rub. I thought it might be handy to use these little guys to keep my toes separated instead of trying to fight with them to keep them from being friends with each other. Sorry, I'm being all over the place right now. I'm going to heat it again, and I'm going to use my purple cuticle pusher because this one is so good at getting into the sides. And I just want to really get in there good. And just really lots of, I'm adding so much pressure here, you guys, so much pressure. Because I really want it to stick. Okay, so there's my big toe. Boom, we have a wrap on this bad boy. Perfect. So then the really big one here, which is at the very end of your sheet of wraps when you purchase the wraps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half because one half is going to be for my other foot and then this half is going to be for this foot. So I just cut it in half literally like that. Sorry, I'm going off camera, but boop, there we go. And then because I still have 4 little piggies left here, I need to cut it into 4s. So this is sort of where it gets a little bit finicky. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is where it does get a little bit finicky because you do kind of have to muck about for a little bit just trying to, because you have basically kind of 2 squares and then 2 pieces of pie, if you will. So just kind of, you sort of have to cut it to see what's going to happen here to make it fit nicely on your toe. And that's why it gets a little, and I think this is the part that intimidates people the most, is that it does get a little bit fussy. That's what I say, is that it's just fussy. It's not difficult, it's just fussy. And some people don't like the fussiness, but I don't like paying $60 for a pedicure, so I'm okay with a touch of fussiness. So what I did, I don't know if you saw that, I just trimmed off the corners of the 2. So then it will sort of, see how that just fits nicely there? And yeah, I think this one's good. So I left the plastic on. I'm just going to take the plastic backing off. Like I said, I'm not big on tweezers when I'm doing pedicures, but I do try to not handle it too much. And I'm just going to pop this on. So see, and much like your nails, if anybody is really up close and personal with your toes, 1, I don't know about that. 2, I say, get your face out of my toes. So I'm going to add the heat again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because I found the Copenhagen needs about 10 seconds of heat. I'm going to push down really hard just to make sure. And again, right, I've left some at the tip, so I do want to just give it a tug so we don't have any puckers or wrinkles, because no one likes a wrinkly wrap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't add as much heat the second time because too much heat can also wreck the glue on the wrap. So we don't want to be smashing it a lot with heat, but just enough. So there we go. See? Piggy number 2. Boom. Done. So now we're going to move on to piggy number 3. And again, I'm just going to kind of do like a dry measure here. And again, I find that if you just sort of just cut the corners to make them a little bit round, much like when you're using a wrap, right? We have the rounded part that goes at the bottom of our, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, okay. There. Where you have the rounded wrap that meets your cuticle. So we just want that. We're just going to, so we're making it round ourselves, essentially, is what we're doing. And also I find that you can also cut up a little bit up the side, which is nice to just sort of, and I think I need to do that here. Not much, just enough. It's better to go small than it is to go big, as we all know. And I think I just need to do a little bit on this other side here. Yeah, so like I said, this is only my second time doing it. And I think as long as you have a little bit of patience, you can make this work for you. Perfect. So let's add this one. And again, as long as you don't overly handle the wrap, so I'm just kind of using my fingernails a little bit to turn things around. And then we're just going to pop this on. And I think we're looking good. Maybe just pull it up a scotch. Like I said, right, in my other videos, as long as the heat hasn't been added, you can kind of move these around a bit and it doesn't hurt your nail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Lovely. And I'm just going to smooth it down. And again, always leave a bit at the top so you can give it a bit of a pull, right? So that way you don't get those wrinkles that sometimes can happen at the edge of your wrap. But I think this, oh man, this is going to look amazing. So again, just a little bit of heat again. Use the cuticle pusher from Jamberry. It has the rubber tip because it's nice and flat and you can really add a lot of pressure, focusing mostly where the wrap is kind of, I guess, meeting your skin, but it's actually not touching your skin, right? So there's that. 3 piggies done. Boom. And now now we're looking at pieces of pie. So what I do is, again, I just sort of trim, because the pie part is too big, I think, for the bottom of my nail. So I just trim the corners again. And I think it'll just need to be trimmed up maybe a little bit at the side, but we'll see how it goes here. Maybe it won't be. And my nails aren't very long on my toes, so that looks like it's going to be perfect. And we're just going to pop it on there. There we go. See, sorry, my arm got in the way there. Sorry about that. We're going to add some heat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So like I said, 10 seconds. Sometimes you just sort of have to just see where you're at with the heat with your wraps, because the different finishes of the wraps require different amounts of heat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you just hit it a second time, and then again, use the cuticle pusher that Jamberry gives you. And again, right, I've left a bit at the top, so I've already pulled it because I want to make sure that I don't have any wrinkles. And I'm really focusing on like a lot of pressure. I can't stress enough the amount of pressure that needs to happen. I don't know about you all, but I have this weird little baby toe that just has like a sliver of a nail. And I think toes are weird. But you know what? Our feet take us places. Our feet take us to good things. Our feet get us out of bad things, you know? So we gotta give our feet a little tender love and care for all that they do for us. You know, thank the feet, if you will. So I'm just going to keep trimming it down a bit because, like I said, this nail is just a little weird. And it just is a little sliver of a guy. And maybe just a touch more. So like I said, I've left the plastic on that comes with the wraps on the back while I'm trimming. Just because I find it easier that way. There we go. And then I'm just going to cut it. Come back here. I'm just going to cut the top a little bit because I don't like it when there's too much wrap at the top. This could be problematic. This is going to require some almost like operation-like skills here to get this plastic off the back. I was not thinking this through completely. Okay. All right, folks. Oh, see it? We got it. I don't know if you can see this. It's so teeny tiny because the nail on my foot is so teeny tiny. There we go. Got it. Boom. Lovely. I'm just gonna try not to handle it too much. Can you see this little guy? Are you kidding me? It is ridiculous to even try and get anything on it. But I will and I have. See? Goes on. Boom. Just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Just going to add my own pressure with my finger to really get it in there. And then I'm going to add some more heat. 1, 2. So remember that if you don't have a Jamberry heater, which I would recommend you get if you use wraps on a regular basis because it's amazing. But if you don't have a heater, you can absolutely use a blow dryer. Don't forget that. Okay, so we are at 15 minutes and I've done one toe. Like, sorry, one toe, 1 foot. So now what I would do is file at a 90-degree angle. Again, I like the heavier grit, as I talked about in my other video, because it's good at removing wraps. So this is going to be super weird trying to do, but we will do it. Okay, so, oh wait, I didn't want to do that. I apologize. I wanted to cut my toenails. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut, because then it actually is better, because it's all, sorry that I'm cutting my toenails for the public. That's kind of weird. Never done that before. Cross it off the old bucket list, if you will. There, one toe done. And then I'm just going to do this one. I don't think these clippers are super short. There's 2. There's 3. Uh-oh, I got wrap stuck there. There we go. There's, oh, come on, little piggy. This, yeah, I think these clippers are not the best. Please, if you're going to do this, get some good clippers, unlike myself. Okay, 4 little piggies. Last little piggy to get clipped. Look, and even my little weird baby toe gets to have a wrap on it. Okay, not even 20 minutes and we have 1 foot done. Second time doing a pedicure on my own. The only thing that I'm going to do now, but I'll do it off camera, is I'm just going to add a top coat. I know some people gel them. I like to gel my fingernails, but I used a top coat last time on my pedicure and it lasted 45 days. Y'all, can you believe that? That's wild. All right. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope this shows you just how easy a pedicure can be. Hit me up with some questions. Like below and leave your comments below. Thanks everybody. Have a good night.